I can't get past Sami Zayn beating Gunther, bro.
Yep.
I just can't. I just can't. And then not only that, then Gunther didn't want to wrestle him. So again, Mac, this is where we talked about on the other show, logic. So yes. Gunther didn't want to wrestle Sami Zayn, but he's going to want to wrestle Brock Lesnar? I mean, think about that.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Riding with Russo. I'm your host, Mac Davis, along with Rikishi's best friend, maybe, Mr. Vince Russo. Hey, Vince, how you doing, my friend?
What is going on, Mac? How are you, my friend?
Not much. It's late at night, about midnight right now. Actually, it is midnight right now.
It is midnight by you, man. Yes, it is.
Let's talk about some of the things I'm hearing here, Vince. I'm hearing that Brock Lesnar may possibly be back on his way into WWE. But how should he be used, and who should he be used with?
God, that's a great question, man. That is a great question, man. We've done Brock and Cody, right? We've done that, yep. Right? We've done Brock and Orton, right? I mean, I know we haven't done Brock and Gunther. I don't know how much I really care about that.
Oh, I do. Now that's a match that I do want to see. Of all the matches that are possible right now, Brock and Gunther are the ones that I'd like to see.
See, Mac, I got to be honest with you, bro, and I can't get this out of my head. I can't get past Sami Zayn beating Gunther, bro.
Yep.
I just can't. I just can't. And then not only that, then Gunther didn't want to wrestle him. So again, Mac, this is where we talked about on the other show, logic. So yes. Gunther didn't want to wrestle Sami Zayn, but he's going to want to wrestle Brock Lesnar? I mean, think about that.
But, I mean, what happens, though? I mean, you bring Brock in. There's not many people that I can think of that he can go against. Maybe a Braun Breaker, somebody like that. But I don't think that's going to be good for Braun Breaker. I think the only person who would legitimately can size up with Brock would be Gunther. And if that's the case, don't you think it's time for Brock to put Gunther over and put Gunther where he needs to be in the stratosphere?
Yeah, it is, bro, but they haven't done Gunther any favors, like I said, by being afraid to wrestle Sami Zayn. I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I told you on the other show, I'm just so confused by some of the stuff they do, man. And that's the problem now, Mac, because of the way that they've booked Gunther. When you tell me Brock Lesnar, and bro, I'm a fan of Gunther. I really am, bro. When you tell me Brock Lesnar, I'm like, Brock Lesnar will kill this guy based on the way they've booked him.
So what do you do with Brock then? I mean, he's going to come in eventually. We know it's going to happen. So where does he fit in?
God, you got Cena coming back. We've seen that a million times.
Yeah, I could care less about that.
Me too. I mean, bro, was there ever Rockin' Brock?
You know, I don't think so. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting because The Rock's, virgin white. I mean, nobody's beaten or touched The Rock. That would be interesting to me.
Well, those are two powerhouse names that, that's marquee right there. So
yeah,
I agree. I think that would be a great combination if they haven't met before, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we've seen Roman Brock, right? We've seen that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's I don't know, bro. I really don't know. They've not built unless they think Bronson Reed can be an opponent.
I like Bronson Reed. He's a big guy, but he's big in a different way. And I don't know that Brock and him would work well together in the ring. I just don't. Maybe they could, but it'd be an odd combination, it seems like to me, as dance partners.
You think you know all the wrestling stories? There's more you haven't heard yet. Join us on Backstage Pass.
Has Brock ever worked with Rollins?
I would think so, but I honestly do not know.
Yeah, I mean I guess that would be a possibility.
That wouldn't excite me that much either, because again, I think Brock would just, wipe the mat with Seth.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just thinking of possibilities, Mac. Yeah. Like none of the above do anything for me, man, because again, like you look at Brock and it's just he's just head and tails above everybody else, bro. And you've not correctly built anybody.
No, and even Randy Orton, I'm thinking about him, but even Randy, I don't really care to see that combination either.
Yeah.
The only choice really would be Gunther at this point that comes to mind.
Yeah.
So you'd have to put a storyline behind that somehow. But after that story's over with, what do you do with Brock then?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know.
Well, you're no help then.
I'm bro, because see, bro, that's what makes writing with Russo difficult, because I got to work off their crap. I wouldn't be in this position. Like, seriously, bro, if I was writing the show, I would not be in this position. I would have people ready and red hot for Brock Lesnar to come in and face. They've not done that.
Vince, before I get you out of here, I'm curious just what's behind you there. Is there any memorabilia back there of all the stuff you got hanging up? Is there something that really stands out that means a lot to you?
There's zero wrestling memorabilia. I don't have one wrestling thing. I've got probably, bro, I got something right here. I'll show you. You'll get a kick out of it. I got this when I was probably about freaking, bro, I had to be, I'd say 76. So I was probably about 15 years old, bro. You know who that is?
Julius Erving? Is that who I'm looking at?
Yeah,
man.
I literally got this when I was about 14, 15 years old, and I still have it.
Wow.
But I've got probably in this room, I'd say 50 different autograph pictures by San Francisco Giants. But I do have like 3 Willie Mazes, Willie McCovey, Juan Marichal, Gaylord Perry. Yeah, I've got all the greats. Yeah, I've got that. Yeah.
Now, I'm sure somewhere on the wall back there has got to be the WCW Heavyweight Championship title somewhere, right?
See, bro, this is how sick people are. Like, bro, I swear to God, the belt I had for 2 days, I couldn't even tell you what that belt looked like. I don't have any idea of and bro, that's why, Mac, to go to just go make a right-hand turn. Bro, that is why, I'll be honest with you, Mac, I am glad that Rikishi stuff came out, because now people will maybe understand a little better why I put the belt on myself for 2 days, why I put the belt on Vince McMahon, why I put the belt on David Arquette. The belt always drove stories, bro. That's why I used it the way I did. And Mac, I do want to say this too. Yes. It's like, bro, again, I'm going to be generous and say it's 50-50. 50% of the guys feel like Rikishi felt, but the other 50% of the guys, bro, it's business, it's money, they're not getting excited over winning a belt. So it really does depend on the individual. And like I said, bro, at the end of the day, all I did was give my point of view as a writer.
Yeah. And while we don't need to rehash it, but I will say for some other people, like you say, 50% of the audience, that that there is an emotional moment if they hit their first title, the first heavyweight championship, mainly because their peers are saying, it's your turn. Let's see what you can do. At least that's the appearance of what it means, because behind the scenes, the truth is everybody wants to see you fail so they can take over the top position. So,
but see, here's like, Mac, again, I'm just laying facts on the table. Never once was I in a creative meeting with Vince, never one time where he said, we're putting the belt on so-and-so because they deserve it. So my question is, Mac, here's my question. Is that a real thing, or is that just something the wrestlers want to believe? You see what I'm saying? Because I am telling you that never came from Vince McMahon ever.
Yep. In which I understand, and I think I told you earlier in another show that we were doing that I do understand where you're coming from, especially when you call it a prop. I can understand that it may be offensive to some of the guys who wrestle in the ring, but it's only because they look at it a little different than you do, and that's the only reason why. Which is why I had to ask you point blank what you said, because I wanted to understand. I think that a lot of times people misunderstand what the actual news is and what you actually said. And after talking to you, I knew what you meant, and I get it. I get it.
And Mac, listen, I mean, I've said this a million times, and I will always say this, bro. People in the wrestling industry tend to take things way too seriously, bro. I mean, come on, guys. This is entertainment. That's what it is. That's what it always has been. That's what it always will be. We don't need to take everything so seriously, man.
All right, this has been Riding with Russo. I've been filling in for Dr. Chris Featherstone, and that, of course, is the star of the show, Mr. Vince Russo. And Vince, I enjoyed this, my friend.
Bro, is that you behind you on the wall? Is that you, man?
Yeah, that's me next to Teddy.
Look at you. And how when was that picture taken?
Probably 6 months or so ago, maybe.
Man, look at you, man.
Hey, man, that's just styling.
You are, bro. You're like the fashion plate, man. You really are, man.
Hey, man, I'll tell my wife. I told her the other day that you had said you need to get some shirts from her, and she started laughing. She goes, "No, I'm not buying from any other man anymore."
No, I mean, that's 3 weeks in a row, bro. Like, you've knocked my socks off with the attire.
I'm going to come in with a holy T-shirt next week, all wore out and everything.
I want to see if you remember this, Mac. I want to see you bring the Dickie back. Remember the Dickie? Mac, can you bring the Dickie back for me 1 week?
No.
Okay,
not a chance. Not a chance.
Remember when I remember Cousin Eddie in a Christmas Vacation? He had the black Dickie with the white shirt, bro. Remember that?
I do. Yeah, you wonder how many people, the last time we talked about Dickies, I wonder how many people Googled Dickie. If you haven't done that, do it. Google Dickie. You'll find little Dickies, big Dickies, maybe the little medium Dickie, whatever size Dickie you want, you can get that Dickie. So
now, Mac, you did own a Dickie at one time in your life.
Not me. You told me that you did, though.
I did. Oh, I definitely owned a Dickie. I definitely owned one and wore one. Definitely.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow. Okay.
I did wear parachute pants, though, at one point.
There you go. Okay. All right. There you go. Very nice. Very nice.
We're out of here. Have a great time. Vince, I hope you have a good time the rest of this weekend, and maybe I'll see you again soon.
Yes, Mac. Take care, my friend.